They say monsters hide in the dark. But what if the real monster walked in daylight? Smiling, charming, and shaking hands with the police trying to hunt him. This is the true story of the serial killer who fooled America and almost escaped forever. Ted Bundy didn't fit the image of a killer. He was clean-cut, soft-spoken, well-educated, and that is exactly how he got away with murder. For years, he moved across states, changing identities, manipulating everyone who crossed his path, judges, girlfriends, friends, even political campaign staff. But behind a mask, investigators would later uncover one of the most calculated and terrifying killers in American history. Ted Bundy grew up in Washington State, a seemingly ordinary boy with a complicated home life. He excelled in school, volunteered in politics, and studied psychology in college. People trusted him. Women liked him. No one suspected the violent urges building inside him. Urges he would later describe as a sickness that grew in the shadows. Bundy didn't look like a predator. That was his greatest weapon. Investigators later learned that he spent years watching, studying, and learning to mimic normal emotions: charm, empathy, confidence, like a mask he could put on whenever he needed. By the early 1970s, young women across Washington and Oregon began to disappear. Bright, ambitious college students gone without a trace. Police had almost nothing. No fingerprints, no weapon, no consistent description, except one detail repeated over and over. A polite man with a cast on his arm, struggling to carry books or load a sailboat, asking young women for help. He introduced himself as Ted. It was Bundy's first mistake, the only time he ever got careless with his real name. But investigators had no idea that the friendly, well-dressed man helping political campaigns was the same Ted abducting women across the Pacific Northwest. As the disappearances piled up, detectives developed a profile. Attractive white male, highly intelligent, socially comfortable, methodical, mobile across states, but even then, Bundy slipped through. He changed cars, changed appearance, changed routines. When police released a sketch of the suspect, a sketch that looked exactly like Bundy, dozens of people reported him. His co-workers, his girlfriend, even his professors. But with no evidence, police dismissed him as too normal to be dangerous. Bundy watched news reports about himself while sitting beside the people who reported him, smiling, calm, untouchable. Bundy's luck ran out in 1975. A patrol officer in Utah noticed his car driving suspiciously, stopped him, and found masks, rope, handcuffs, and a crowbar. Bundy tried to explain it away as skiing equipment. But this time, police didn't believe him. He was arrested, and the first cracks in his double life began to show. But Bundy wasn't done manipulating the world. Bundy was granted the rare privilege of representing himself in court, a massive mistake by the justice system. This gave him free access to the courthouse library, little supervision, and a chance to plan the escape he had dreamed of for years. Security cameras caught him surveying windows, measuring distances, studying guard patterns. He wasn't defending himself. He was preparing to run. And in 1977, he did exactly that. Bundy jumped from a second-story window and vanished into the mountains. Becoming a fugitive once again. He was caught days later. But he escaped a second time, crawling through a hole in the jail ceiling, walking out the front door, and fleeing to Florida. In Florida, Bundy adopted a new identity and tried to blend in, but the violent urges that had driven him for years returned immediately. His final crimes were brutal and chaotic, far removed from the calculated precision he once had. For the first time, Bundy seemed desperate, reckless, and unraveling. Florida investigators quickly connected the crimes to the escaped killer from Colorado, and then Bundy was arrested for the last time in 1978. Bundy insisted he was innocent, performing for the cameras and charming reporters. But as the execution date approached, he finally confessed, revealing details investigators had suspected for years. Psychologists studying him described his personality as a void covered in masks. A man who learned how to imitate humanity without ever feeling it. Bundy was executed in 1989. Crowds outside the prison cheered. For the first time, the mask was gone. Ted Bundy didn't just kill. He hid behind a life he carefully manufactured. Charm, intelligence, politics, good looks, all props in his performance. A reminder that the most dangerous criminals aren't always the ones hiding in the shadows. Sometimes they're the ones smiling directly at you. This is Fraudify, where we unmask the world's biggest scams. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Fraudify for more.